down here then.
1, 2, 3. God. Ah.
Ooh, I can't get down. Hey baby. What are you doing?
Hi.
Having fun?
No.
Oh,
This
dear.
van does not like me.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Okay, let me put this down. So Mark is underneath the van trying to undo I'm trying to undo some bolts. And basically this is because the bolts and the straps around the fuel tank have rusted, so he's going to replace them. Later on when I'm free and available, then I'll... So this is just doing a little bit more on the rust patches. I have kind of gone an overkill on a number of places. That's just where I've known that there's a few more patches, I guess. But across the other side, this is what we're doing. So I've been taking out the insulation, but can you see that it's still rusted all around here? So that's what I'm doing, just to make sure that I protect all of these and go through them. Same with here. It's a bit of a pain because it's having to take everything out. And then there's other things like here, just where there's any dents or any paint that's come off. Oh, excuse me. Which has made the van a bit more dusty. So yes, I have to admit that nearly broke me yesterday. I think after the last few days of us working late into the night and doing all types of things that are requiring a little bit more muscle usage, shall we say, both Mark and I are probably quite tired. And certain things haven't gone right first time round. So yeah, it's required a little bit more patience and that type of thing. And when I discovered more rust patches when we took this off, that's what broke me. Yeah. But today is a whole new day. So when I'm available, when I finish doing all the stuff I need to do, then I can come in and I can crack on with that. And then we can also discuss the layout of the van. We want to try and get that mapped out so we can map out exactly where the electrics and that type of thing is going to go, because we can have it all drawn out beforehand, but it's things like working out countertop height, exactly. I know I keep talking about the position of these seats, but this was such an integral part to it, and we couldn't quite work out the seating in terms of the space in between. We couldn't find that there was any legal space that it needed to be, but we wanted to make sure that there was enough space obviously for sitting, but also that if there was an accident, fingers crossed there won't be, but if there was an accident, obviously things move, so you'd have to consider the movement of the chairs and how the van would move, and you know, depending on that type of stuff. So the position of this then meant it would go where we can have the USB ports, because we do want to have a charging station here, because there's going to be a table, a removable table that comes in between these chairs. Yeah, so this is where the girls will predominantly be doing homeschool, although we are going to have a seating area towards the back of the van as well. But I wanted the USB ports so that if they are doing things like on iPads or laptops or that type of thing, then they've got access to that. There will also be certain times where, predominantly when we're maybe at a campsite and we're on mains hookup, that we'll be using the printer and the laminator. Probably not things that most people have in their van, but I just know that from the just even home educating outside of school, the things that I do with the girls, it's required a lot of printing and laminating. And then when we also did our homeschool trial last year, and you can catch some of the videos that I did of that last year, again, there was a lot of printing and laminating. Twinkle is an amazing resource for that type of thing, and they also have some really cool games that just mean that the girls feel like they're not really learning, they're just having fun. So I want to probably do that on this table. So yeah, so that's what we've got to kind of do. I'm a bit flat today because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And when we went to Dartmoor, I'll put a link to that video somewhere around here. When we went to Dartmoor, I slipped on one of the rocks and hit my toe on another rock. And I think it just pushed the nail of the toe in. And it's been infected ever since. And it's still not right. Hang on. Yeah, baby?
Is that bolt down through in that chair?
I will have a look for you. So you want to show them what you've taken out? Sorry, baby.
Yep. This is the fuel tank support and strap. So that would come down and around there.
Yep.
The holds here. Fuel tank and zippers. 2 big bolts. I say bolts, they're Allen keys, which makes life even more difficult. But yeah, basically the fuel tank sits on there. That bolts to the chassis.
Yep.
And the strap then stops it obviously jumping around when you're hitting bumps or Colin McRae style driving. These straps obviously have come down here, but over time obviously being sat in water and whatnot, as soon as you try and do a thread to undo them, they've just basically snapped off and ripped off, and that's on both of them. This is the easy side, which is taking me the best part of 2 hours to get off. I've managed to loosen off the other side, which is a bit better, but that is hidden behind the exhaust muffler and heat plate from the exhausted fuel tank. So
Hang on. Soraya, darling, I can't hear Daddy if you're doing that. Although I'm all for you sweeping up. Thanks for doing such an awesome job. Can I just find out what Daddy's doing here, and then you can carry on. Thanks, darling. Sorry, yeah, carry on, baby.
yeah, best part of 2 hours to take it off. But what's happened is that once we've tightened this strap here,
Yeah.
it's just torn around and this weak point is just snapped off. So we'll replace this part here, the strap.
So you went to order the bits for this yesterday, but then had to stop because why did you need to stop?
The strap we need. There's
Right.
2 different sizes, so I'm gonna have to take it off to measure the length of it.
Okay.
It'll come straight,
Yeah.
and then we'll just, as we put them on, we'll just bend it to shape and put it down, and as you tighten it, it will tighten more to the shape of the thing. But there's 2 different types as well. This is on like a hinge, whereas the other ones are like a T-piece. So it goes,
Right.
you put them through at an angle,
Yep.
and then you twist, and then it stops, it sits in that slot. That
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Where this is on a pin, on like a hinge system. So I'm just trying to get these fused split pins out of the centre pin.
Okay.
Trying to get it out. So yeah.
So is it just the straps you replace, or are you replacing the brackets as well?
No, keeping the brackets. They're sound, solid. Obviously this bit looks like it's been on the vans for the last 80 years, so it's been buried. And I can assure you that a lot of stuff came out of the top of the fuel tank.
Baby, the van's not 80 years old.
No, but the straps look like it.
Do you need to
seen
do
better.
anything? Do you need to do anything to the brackets to prep them and make sure that they're protected?
Yeah, we'll give them a paint. Give them a well, I mean, an underside's obviously got underseal on it for the previous owners when they've undersealed it.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm wearing gloves, because it's all sticky.
Yeah.
But yeah, what we'll do, we'll give it the inside of it a brush down, wire brush, and then we'll paint it over the top of it to prolong the life of the thicker metal.
Cool.
And then yeah.
Love it. See, true family affair. Good job, baby.
Oh, I am getting wet. Stop.
So Mark is currently re-siliconing the top, and where he's been swearing about that one, I've been swearing about this organisation. And I don't want to step in the van because he's doing the silicone, but I'll show you in a sec. Basically, where I originally wanted to put the shower, because we've got the wheel arch, obviously we're slightly limited in the shower tray designs that we can get, and the one that we originally saw is going to compromise the seating area that we'd have at the back. And so I just got completely stressed out about that. And that's because the original design has changed 2 or 3 times. Firstly, these seats, originally we wanted to have like a U seating, and so it wouldn't have been as wide as this gap. And then we also thought about having 3 seats across. And of course we got those seats for a complete bargain and made the design in and around that, which is awesome because I think that they are probably better for the girls anyway. Soraya agrees. The other issue that we've got is this Trumi, is that what it's called? Combi boiler. So it's huge, and where it is right now doesn't necessarily work very well for us, but we do think that we've got a solution, which is a bit annoying because it's not using the toilet that I wanted to do. I wanted to get a separate tiny, because I really don't like cassette toilets. Just gonna say that, really don't like them. I think they're stinky, there's loads of chemicals, all that type of stuff.
They're stinky as well, very stinky. I don't even want to smell it.
No, but we might need to compromise on that, which came with the van, and that was going to be our backup anyway. And so that might have to be the design that we can now do, and it'll go behind the seats, which means the shower can go in front, and we've still got enough room for the seating, which is also where the sleeping is going to be. Build a van, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Yeah, no. I would rather share these bits though, because I think it's a little bit more real when you get all the stressful parts too. We love all the parts. Like, we were thrilled to bits when we did the window, but it's now leaking, so we just need to fix that. And all these things are fixable. Everything we can find a solution for. It just gets a little bit frustrating, and I think the longer that the build goes on, and the more tired that we get, the more that frustration seems to take hold. So yeah. Good morning. So I think we left you with Mark swearing last night, and then there were a few different things that we did. Mark put up this makeshift table just so that we could have dinner in the van last night with the girls, which was super cute. Hang on. So this, sorry, I've got to go through this this morning. So you just put it up here and just put in a piece of wood, which was so cute. So yeah, we had dinner in here last night and we had Chinese, and I thought, I'm just gonna risk it. So if you don't know, I'm gluten intolerant, and I just tend to react to certain foods, and I thought, I just know that I'll suffer for a few days and it'll be worth it. And I tell you, this morning it's not worth it, and so I won't be doing that again. It's been so long since I've done it that I think sometimes you forget how severe the symptoms can be. I mean, it's not really painful, but I'm all swollen up, you can't tell, but even my rings are really, really tight. Anyway, less about me. It's raining today. Ooh, no leaks. So thank you to the rain for being our test today. So basically Mark just re-siliconed along the top because that's where the leak was. So that's all good. He's also this isn't actually screwed into place. Part of it is just there, but it hasn't been screwed into place down here. But this is part of the frame for the window. But the lighting in here is pretty poor. It's quite early in the morning, but I heard the rain and I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't leaking. So yeah. Okay, so Mark's just looking at the wiring. What is it that you just found, baby?
Well, we were going to put these for a conduit, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we're going to, after watching old Greg Virgo.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Indeed.
You are so awesome.
We were going to run.
Hang on, I'm a bit close.
Oh, thanks. Proper zoomed in.
Yeah.
Spots and all, warts and all. So yeah, we've got cables running down through the channel here, obviously where all the insulation is. So as Greg said, if we need to replace it at any time and run a cable from front to back, then it's good to have obviously it connected.
What's the wires that are running from the front to the back, sorry?
So these wires here are the reversing camera and sensors,
yeah,
I believe. So there's a camera cable there,
yeah,
which also runs from front to back as well.
Okay.
But obviously, just double check connections. So
yeah,
that one was taped up.
Hang on, I've got to come in close.
I mean, potentially a virus though.
Yeah.
So
what needs to happen?
we just need to strip them back and put a proper connector on it, and then heat shrink it. So
yep.
either the spade connectors where they slot into each other,
yep,
or just one tube where you crimp both ends just to connect the cables together properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just coming back in.
So you can see that part
Yeah.
and the light. So yeah. So we're going to take the cables out right the way back there and then put trunk in, or conduit.
Conduit.
All the way down through. I'm becoming a Sparky. You watch. I'll be leaving rubbish and mess everywhere at this rate.
Oh, carpenters versus Sparkies.
You've loads of stuff tucked in down there and holes everywhere.
Stop it.
So yeah, we'll run a cable all the way down, well, conduit all the way down through, and then if we need to run cables from front to back for whatever the reason, then we've got space and access to go and do that too. So yeah.
Oh, sorry, I just dropped the camera then. So yeah, I think we are feeling really happy that even though it kind of broke us to have to take off the insulation and the vapor barrier. Oh, I'll turn this around as Mark's getting busy back onto it. You just have to excuse the no makeup, the like there, just cracking on and doing stuff. So yeah, I think we're both really happy that we have taken down the insulation and just topped up the rust paint. So as you can see here, we've gone overkill on certain areas, but treated that, and then obviously checked out all the bits that were there for the wiring. It nearly broke us to do that. Just a minute, sweetie, good girl. It nearly broke us to do that because we were just so tired anyway, and it's horrible having to go back and do steps when they've already been done. But at least this way we know where everything is, and it means that we can do, like Mark said, the conduit, that type of stuff. I think it'll just be better. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and pick up the conduit shortly. Oh, careful not to lean on that, just at that side, darling. We're taking two of the girls over to Mark's mum's and swapping, because she's got two of the other girls, so they're going to have a sleepover. The other two have already been for a sleepover, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to go to B&Q and get some cladding for the roof. We've got lights coming tomorrow as well. I just need to get the wiring. Actually, might not be able to do that until I get some wire to connect the lights, and then to bring that wiring out to the sides here so it can then go to a switch. I think I'm probably going to put in a switch. Oh, sorry, I haven't got the gimbal today because it keeps playing up. If anyone's got a different solution to a gimbal, then just let me know, because ours is a nightmare, even though it's a new one. Right, we're probably going to put a switch by the door here, where Soraya's dancing. Whoop, 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 whoop. And there's Nevea as well. Hello. And then here is going to be a control panel. We're just working out whether it's going to be this side facing us or that side facing. But that will have another switch for the other section of lights, which will be more towards the back of the van. No thank you, girls. As well as other bits and pieces. So basically, when the lights come, and I'll do another video on this anyway, when the lights come, we need to connect the wire that goes through the rest of the van right the way through to the fuse box and the switches and all of that type of stuff to the lights on the roof, which obviously is a much longer cable than the cable that comes with the lights themselves. So I need to pick that up, and we can't really do the cladding until I've got that wiring, so the wiring can come out. Yeah, so still got that to do. Ugh. What are you doing?
We're hiding from Dad. We just run a bit like
So I was doing the staining for so long that the video ran out. Well, actually the battery on my camera ran out. But here they all are. I really love the colour. So these have been stained using Danish oil. So this one is a Jacobin dark oak. It was so easy to apply. Originally I started applying it with a microfiber cloth, but to be fair, it just pretty much soaked in. So this is actually a pillowcase. This was just going to the charity shop anyway, but I just ripped it up. As you saw, this will just go in the bin afterwards, but yeah, it was really easy to apply. It looks stunning. This is just 2 coats, and then I've just got a gap in between each so that it can dry. These ones are 2.4 meters in length, and these ones are 1.8 meters in length, but I'll put all of the details in the description, and I'll probably have them on the blog in a lot more detail as well. I cannot wait to see how these are going to look tomorrow. The lights coming tomorrow, the flooring coming tomorrow, so that's all cool. But look at the time. Oh, sorry, it's all flickery on the hair, but it's 1:30 in the morning. So I'm going to go and have a shower to try and remove this. Thanks for joining us in part 1, week 5, and join us in part 2 where we have another special delivery that really helps to change the look and feel of the van and makes it feel a lot more like a camper van. And please do like, subscribe and hit that notification button so that you don't miss any of our videos. See you next time.